Hello, Leon here from backintelligence.com, where we help people manage their back pain from home as well as help them correct their postures. And today I'm going to be talking to you about this book and some of the research that was done here specifically related to posture and power posing. I'll explain more what that means in a moment. So firstly, this book is called Presence by Amy Cuddy, and I first became aware of Amy Cuddy when I watched her TED Talk, where she talks about how basically your body and your posture can also influence how confident you are and how you feel and how powerful you become in situations. So as you can see, it's very related to what we talk about here on this channel. So anyway, I'll be talking about one of the biggest studies that she has conducted from this book, and I'll explain to you exactly how it can relate to you fixing your posture, and I think it'll motivate you to want to fix your posture even more after this. And so in this book, she defines presence as you feeling powerful, you feeling assertive, you being the best version of yourself, and she talks about how you could do that with simple things if you start practicing it every day. So let me tell you about one of the studies in this book. So it basically, the way it came out is that Amy Cuddy was thinking about how they found that people, when they feel successful or when they win a race, they put their arms up in this V position, this victorious position, and they expand their body, they expand their posture whenever they feel very powerful. And so she thought, well, could this work the other way around? What if you take up that expansive posture? What if you carry yourself in a powerful way with your body language, with your posture? Would you then also feel powerful? Would you feel more assertive? Would your cortisol, which is the hormone for anxiety, drop? And so that's what she wanted to test. So the way she went about testing this is she brought in 30 participants, and she took each of the participants into a room one by one. The room just had a table and a computer, and the computer displayed either 5 high power poses or 5 low power poses. And the participants didn't know which ones they were doing, okay? They didn't know what this study was about at all. All they had to do was reenact the pose that they see. So it was either a high power pose or a low power pose. So they had to reenact each of the 5 poses for about 60 seconds. Here are some of the high power poses that she had them look at on the computer and reenact. As you can see, they're very dominant kind of high power positions and postures. And here are some of the low power poses she had them do. As you can see, these are very submissive, kind of contracted positions and postures. So again, they had to reenact those as well for about 60 seconds. So after they had done the experiment, they were given their standard fee for participating. But then they also were each offered additional money, and they said that you can either get this additional money or roll the dice and double that additional money. So they were going to get the standard fee no matter what, but that bonus, that additional money, they wanted to see how much risk they're willing to take. And so basically they offered them double or nothing of that bonus money to see if they would be willing to take a chance to double their money by rolling a dice. Okay, so what did they find? Let me read you from the book. Power posers were significantly more likely to roll the die. 1/3 of them, 33%, took the risk, compared with just 8% of the subjects who held powerless poses. Finally, subjects were asked to rate how powerful and in charge they felt on a simple 4-point scale. High power posers felt significantly more powerful and in charge than did the low power posers. The results from our first experiment strongly suggests that body shapes the mind. the nature of the poses influenced how powerful or powerless people felt and how willing they were to take risks. So, as you can see, they basically changed their behavior based on how powerful they felt. And they felt powerful by adopting certain expansive, confident, dominant postures and positions, all right? And so I want to now talk about something else she talks about in the book later on, is that it also affected their hormones, okay? So taking these high power poses or low power poses also affected their testosterone level as well as cortisol level. Let me now read you what they found based on the hormone levels from doing this study. What she says here is, in our sample of women and men, the high power posers showed a 19% increase in testosterone and a 25% decrease in cortisol. Low power posers showed the opposite pattern, a 10% decrease in testosterone and a 17% increase in cortisol, the exact pattern we had predicted. So as you can see, it actually affects you physiologically. She talks earlier in the book about how the testosterone hormone is really responsible for how assertive and bold and confident you are. So the higher the testosterone is, the more likely you are to speak up in situations that you need to, the more likely you are to assert yourself and be who you really are. And cortisol hormone is your stress hormone. It's the one that makes you feel anxious, okay? So basically, you are most powerful when your testosterone is high and when your cortisol level is low, which is exactly what happened here when people adopted the high power poses. So as you can see, adopting a certain kind of confident posture and position can also affect your whole body and your emotional state. So now let's relate it to our everyday posture and what we talk a lot about here in the channel. I mean, we talk a lot about how by fixing your posture, you might get rid of some of that pain and tightness in your back and neck area. But as you can see here, it can also make you feel better, and it can also make you feel more powerful for your everyday life. It can help you to be who you truly are, to be your best self, right? So later on in the book, she talks about how it doesn't have to be a super dominant posture. You know, you don't have to stand there like a super woman, although that's one of the poses she recommends in the book. She actually talks about how before a job interview, just go to the bathroom and adopt a superwoman position for a while, and you're gonna do much better in your job interview, okay? But she's also talks about how just sitting and standing in an upright posture can have the same effects. In fact, there's a lot of other studies that have looked at this, how your emotional well-being is influenced by your posture. And so if you're sitting in an upright and expansive kind of posture, you tend to feel better, your mood tends to be better, and your cortisol level drops as well. So, I thought this is a great study to share with you so that you're even more motivated to work on your posture. And so as you can see, posture is not about just looking better. It's not just about back pain either. It's also about your emotional state. It can help you feel better. It can make you be more powerful and confident in your daily life. I found it to be really true for myself. When I'm carrying myself in this upright posture, I feel like I can do more. I feel like I can truly be more assertive. So the studies in this book really talk about how your body shapes your mind and your emotional state, and I really do agree with that. So again, I would recommend for you to check out her book if you're interested. Otherwise, thank you for joining me today. If you like this video, please give me a like, as well as share it with someone you know, as well as subscribe to this YouTube channel for more videos just like this. Also, if you do want to fix your posture, we do have 3 exercises that we have done with Dr. David Oliver, who's a chiropractor. These exercises are aimed at fixing your forward head and rounded shoulder, you know, the slump position that we all sit in these days for too long. So if you'd like to get access to these 3 free videos, we'd love to send them to you right away. All you need to do is go to the link that's somewhere here on the video or down below in the description if you're watching on YouTube. Just go to that page, enter your email, and we'll send you these free videos right away. Otherwise, see you guys next time.